Guys, Lock Fortune back here again with another segment on my book, Vibology. Today what we're going to be talking about is another letter. So today's, sponsored by Vibology, today's letter is U. The letter U. It's brought to you by the letter U. Um, so U is a very interesting letter. I didn't think that I would be getting a lot of requests for the letter U, and yet U is very, very needed. So I wanted to give it some props while people are getting their bids in, because this is all to help for the second printing, to go towards the second printing of my book, to help get that printed. So let's talk about the letter U. U is an interesting letter because you're not going to find it as the head letter in a lot of names, and of course my book, Vibology, really centers on the head letters. I do have a second book in the works that's going to talk a little bit more about the letters in depth, because I've been studying this subject for decades. However, I did not want to overburden the layman with too much information. So what I chose to do was just focus on the first letter in a person's name, even though every letter in that name is important, has a place, has a frequency, and has a vibration, and so sets the tone for that person's rhythm of life. Still, the letter U is very interesting because although it does not play a head letter role, with great well-known exceptions like Ulysses on the masculine side, or Ursula on the feminine side, generally we find U playing more of a supportive role in the names that we use to name each other. So, like Susan, it would be like the second letter. It's the second or third letter, or close to the last letter in the name, depending on the name. You can have names like Bruce or like Jesus, and you can see how the letter U is placed in various different places. But it's not taking a head letter, and yet it does stand out and gain attention. When we meet a Susan and we know their name is spelled S-U-S, we're like, wow, that's neat, but it's kind of unusual. You don't have a lot of people with U's in their names. This is for a specific reason. You will come to find out once you understand Vibology. U is a 3 vibration, and it is the last of the 3 vibrations. The first of the 3 vibrations being the letter C. C is the third letter of the alphabet, so therefore it is obviously the first of the 3 vibrations. The second being the letter L. Okay, so L is the 12th letter in the alphabet, and so therefore 1 plus 2 equals 3, so that also makes it a 3 vibration. It's just the second of the 3 vibrations. C is the first of the 3 vibrations. And then U, interestingly enough, is the third of the 3 vibrations. I say this for a reason, because when you double 2 numbers up in numerology, you definitely get attention, and you definitely not really sure whether it's good or not. As a matter of fact, in some of your numerology books, when looking at names specifically, they will say you don't really want more than 3 of any letter in a name, because it can really take off the balance, okay, and lead towards a negative connotation of that balance. For example, if you have more than 3 L's in your name, this is supposed to affect the throat area, and my name is populated with quite a few L's, and I used to actually get really bad strep throat when I was younger, but I took that L out of my name, out of my middle name. I took one of the L's out of my middle name, and wow, never had that problem again. I'm not saying that's what happened, but I am saying it did coincide with that event. For me personally, still, this is part of the study of numerology names. In regards to Vibology, when we're looking at this, and we're looking at the third of the third. So what is the number 3? The number 3 is family. The number 3 is I need, or I have, I need, or I gather. This is all about, but it's really, really family focused. And so you're going to find people who are 3 vibrations are going to be very diplomatic, because they realize there are many different ways to communicate. And so therefore, they're very much flexible with how to communicate, as long as the communication is done properly. properly and as long as everything is understood, and they don't mind learning new styles of communications or how to communicate their needs or desires better, or how to understand the communications of desires and needs better. So communication is very important to a three vibration. And family is going to be very important to a three vibration. They're all going to treat family in a different type of a way. The C vibration is going to really want to be outstanding in the family because they have the one over their head. So they're going to want to be known. And they're not going to like a lot of hypocrisy. They want things to be honest, real, and genuine. The L vibration is going to be a little bit more flexible in the honest, real, and genuine thing because sometimes there are certain things that need and require that type of flexibility. These people are going to really be more about coupling, and so they're going to make a few more concessions, if it will, than a C would be willing. They're going to be willing to put up with a little bit more hypocrisy because every relationship has a certain amount of hypocrisy in it, and nothing is perfect, and so they're fine with that. They just want to make sure that their love life is their own. That's their private thing. Don't go into their bedroom because they're not trying to go into your bedroom. However, everyone has to meet in the kitchen, everyone has to meet in the living room, and that's when L vibration will thrive, and that's when the L vibration will get those meanings across. Of course, we'll talk about that later when we get to L. U vibration. The reason I had to explain those first two was because now we're talking about family. Because of this, a person with a U in their name will often feel overburdened by family, or maybe perhaps taken advantage by family in a certain way. Family flips the script on them. Family outdoes them. So you'll find people with this, especially in the second placement. I found this really a lot with people who have the U as the second letter in their name. These people really, the third letter not so much, but the second and next to last letter, these people really do have very serious family issues that the ones with the second, within the second letter in their name, they really address them as much as they need to or as much as they should. They end up feeling, like I said, somewhat taken advantage by their own family. If not the family that gave birth to them, the family that they give birth to. One way or another, they feel some imbalance there in regards to that and the love and the feeling. Your U vibrations, these are strong-willed people, and they are can-do people, and they will literally give you the shirts off their backs. And family members will sense this at an early age, that the child is expressing this at an early age, and will often, depending on the needs of the family, put this child to work because the child is so eager to help out. And so therefore, go ahead, let the child do what it can, especially if the family is not in a good financial situation. Let the child do what it can to try and help. So anyway, we're coming up close to 10 minutes here, so I just want to spend some time with the letter U. Let me know what you think. If you have any questions about the letter U, don't forget to like and subscribe to my videos so that you'll know when they come out. And thanks so much for taking the time to listen. I'm all about you and the letter U, that is. And we'll talk to you later on. I'm actually getting a really good flow in regards to how I'm going to be working on the letters and what letters are going to be coming up. The next letter I have on schedule is the letter V, as in Victor. So you people with the letter V,